So hi to all the friends, and a very welcome back to my another video about gardening. So I'm gonna share with you something very much interesting today, because I and my mom, we both are very happy and excited to see something good happening in our banana plant. As you can see at the back, we have our banana plant, and I'm gonna share with you what new thing is coming up in our plant. So stay tuned. So at the backyard, you can see this is our backyard garden, a small one, right? But you can see that we have a banana plant standing here, right? And what am I gonna show you is this. Look at this cute one. This is the inflorescence of the banana which has just arrived in our plant, and it has started opening up. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you today a little brief about this plant, and I'll let you know that what is the life of this plant, that is how much time it takes for fruiting. Along with that, I'll also explain you about the inflorescence of the plant, and what are the requirements of this plant. So let's get started. So basically this plant that you see was given to us by my sister. That was during the month of August last year, that is in 2021. She bought this plant from a nursery. Actually she had purchased two plants. One plant she gave us, and probably one she took with her to plant at her home. So this was a very small plant, right? I guess at least it must be having a height of 1 to 2 feet, right? It was a very small plant that we had planted, and now this banana plant has grown very tall, right? So this was planted in August 2021, and this right now it is August 2022. So what I want to tell you is that it takes at least an year for the banana plant to give you inflorescence, right? So this plant just started showing up this inflorescence that you see around mid July 2022, and right now it's August, right? So it is still it still has to develop a lot and become a complete banana. Okay friends, so let me explain you that how the inflorescence of banana looks. Now this that you see is the main peduncle, the main inflorescence of the banana, right? And there is this cone like structure that comes up, and slowly these parts, it just starts opening. So as you can see, this brown part, this is called a modified leaf or a spathe, which protects the actual banana flowers inside. So if you can see, these are the banana flowers, the white ones, and this, the bananas that you see, this is actually the ovary, right? And like this, what will happen, that one by one, this was also closed, now this has opened, so this exposes the banana. You can see that there are many bananas inside that are right now not mature, but this will mature over the period of time, and the flowers, they will drop down, they will get dried, and only the bananas will remain. Like this, these modified leaves, they open up, and the bananas, they get exposed. So likewise, this is now in the process of opening, this will now bend and this will get exposed. Likewise, if you can see, this is also in the process of opening. So after this will open, this bract will open, and the flowers will be exposed. Inside this, there are, I think, one or two or three more that are yet waiting to be exposed, and in the inner portion of this, there is the male flower present. These that you see are the female flowers. So the female flowers, they basically open first, and then later on the male flowers will be exposed. Okay, one thing that I forgot to tell you is that this particular thing, the modified leaf, can also be called as bract, or it can be called as a spathe, right? And this flower, this is the female flower, which are called the blossoms of the banana plant, or the heart of the banana plant. And this whole banana bunch is called as hands of banana, right? So this, you can see, are the hands of banana that comes up. So this bunch is called hands, right? It could have more than 10 to 12 to 14 to 15 bananas per bunch, right? And these are the female flowers that bear the ovary, right? The banana that we actually eat are the ovary, right? And the male flower is present inside. Okay, so let us now understand that what are the requirements of a banana plant. So for any plant to grow, there are mainly four main requirements. These are water, soil, sun, and climate, right? So let us just understand each of this a bit. Let us first understand about watering, right? So banana plant on a daily basis requires at least 15 to 20 liters of water, and it is quite easy to provide in the form of either hose pipes or drip irrigation, or it is okay if it receives the water in the form of rainfall or precipitation. So in our case, we probably usually used to water it every day, and later on in the rainy season there was rainfall, and after the rainfall this inflorescence came. The second requirement of the banana plant is soil. So soil is good until the soil is a well drained soil. So banana plant requires a good well drained soil. So whatever type of soil it is, that is okay. So it should receive good amount of water, and soil should be a well drained, that is water should not remain stagnant around, right? And one more thing, since we are talking about soil, we also need to talk about the fertilizers. So banana, always remember, is a very heavy feeder plant, so it requires lot of fertilizers. And if you do not provide it fertilizer, it will try to get fertilizers and nutrients from the soil and suck all the nutrients that is present in the soil, and therefore if there is any other plant that is growing beside it, it will not be able to get all the nutrients. So banana, as you can see, it has very much big green leaves, so it requires a lot of nitrogen, and the flowering and fruiting stage requires a lot of phosphorus and potassium, which helps in flowering and fruiting. Always remember that leaves require lot of nitrogen, and flowers and fruiting, they require potassium and phosphorus. So we should usually give a balanced fertilizer in NPK, right? Every month at least once, which is good for banana plant, because if you do not provide fertilizer, it will start sucking every nutrients from the soil, which is not good for the other plants, right? So since banana plants have very big leaves and very big inflorescence, they themselves require a lot of nutrients. Now in our case, frankly speaking, we have not taken care of this banana plant a lot. It is just that we had planted it here, and the soil in our garden is already very much good. It's a fertile soil. There are earthworms present in the soil, and we have a lot variety of plants growing in the same soil. So we have a diversity in the soil, and maybe therefore the microorganisms in the soil are also good. So we have not added a lot of fertilizer. In fact, we have not added much fertilizers. But if your soil is a place where fertilizers is less, or it's a place where soil is not good, you should add fertilizers, right? So we have taken care of the plant just by giving it water every day, and sometimes my mom used to add ash fertilizers or some of the organic fertilizers. That was only very rarely sometimes. So this plant has grown on its own into this big and has given inflorescence by taking nutrients from the soil. But you should always use fertilizers, right? So please don't do like this the way we did. But we were really concerned about the plant because this was the first banana plant that we planted at our home, and now we are very much excited because the inflorescence has come up and the banana fruit is getting exposed and we are able to see the fruits of the plant. Now let us talk about the sunlight requirement of the plant. Banana requires sunlight of at least 6 hours, so it requires a good exposure to sunlight. So always try to plant the banana plant at a place or in a direction where your house receives a good amount of sunlight. So in our case we have planted the banana plant in the northeast direction where good amount of sunlight comes. At least the plant receives 4 to 6 hours of sunlight, which is enough for the plant. So never plant the banana plant in complete shade. It will not be able to give you fruits or it will not remain healthy. So give it full exposure to sunlight. And the last thing that the plant requires is the climate, right? So the climate should always be basically the climate where banana grows are tropical climates, like tropical climate in Kerala, right? So tropical climates are usually humid and very much hot. Good temperature is there, and humidity is there, right? Rainfall is there. But nowadays there are many varieties of banana available which are now also grown in subtropical regions and mild dry to subtropical regions, right? And this region that we are growing in comes under Gujarat state, right? So Gujarat state also grows a lot many of banana plants, and Gujarat produces a lot of banana. So climate is like, if you give all the requirements to the plant, good amount of water, if the plant gets good warm temperature, say around 27 to 40, the plant will grow well enough. In fact, here we had temperatures ranging from 42 to 43 to 45 in summers, that also this plant has bared. And this was the time when we were very much concerned because we thought that we thought that whether the banana plant will survive or not, but it survived and it grew very well. But this was a time when the plant required lot of water, so we ensured that we gave that water to the plant. So it's okay, you can grow banana plant in such regions, but banana plants will surely not grow in a very much cold environment like Himalayan regions. So we need to ensure that the banana gets a good amount of hot environment. Humidity is fine, but hot weather is required. Good water conditions should be there, soil should be fertilized, and if you give all these good environmental conditions, your banana plant is certainly going to grow well. So depending upon the environmental conditions that the banana plant gets, banana plant will give fruiting or flowering. So if the environmental conditions are not very much favorable, the banana plant might delay its fruiting or flowering. So ensure that you give it good environmental condition and the plant will go well. So every banana plant, so this that you see is the parent plant, and beside this parent plant you can see there are two plants. One is this and one is this small one that you can see. Now both these small plants, these are this and this, these are called suckers. These are baby plants that the young parent plant has given from its base. Both of these banana plants are actually attached with the parent plant, and they get nutrition from the parent plant. This is the survival strategy of the plant, because now as this inflorescence has formed, the plant is gonna die back. This plant, the main parent plant, will die, and hence the plant gives out two young plants, 2 to 3 suckers every time around it, so that the new plant can form, and then again new fruiting can take place. So this is quite normal in every banana plant to have suckers around them. So friends, let me give you one also very much interesting information, is that this that you see is not the actual stem of the banana plant. This is called pseudo stem, right? So this green part that you see, this is called pseudo stem, and the actual stem of the banana is present inside of this, which we cannot see, right? Why is it called pseudo stem? Pseudo means false, which means that this is a false stem, because the actual stem is present inside of this, right? So how is this formed? This is formed by the overlapping of the leaf sheath, which overlaps each other, and as the new leaf come, the leaf sheath they overlap each other and they form this kind of structure. So as you can see, this is leaf sheath, right, which is going up, and this is then giving rise to a new leaf. So this is called leaf sheath, right? And by overlapping of this leaf sheath, this whole pseudo stem structure is formed. Now the actual stem is present inside, which you can actually see when this inflorescence comes. So how? So this that you see is the actual stem of the banana plant, right? So if you can see, if I can give you a greater look, this stem is actually coming from inside. So this is the actual stem, which is attached to which ends with the male axis, right? So this is the actual stem, which is actually present inside the banana plant, and this green structure is formed by leaf sheath, which is the base of the leaf and which gives rise to the leaf. So this is pseudo stem, and this is actually the original stem, which you can see when the inflorescence comes. Actually, my whole purpose of making this video was like I wanted to share this information, and also this inflorescence came up. My mom was like not sure whether the inflorescence will come. She had told that this plant is not going to give bananas, but I was like quite positive. I told no, the plant will give banana, it is yet to be 1 year. So when I said this, after that 15 to 20 years, the banana gave up the inflorescence. The inflorescence came up, and this was like a great happiness for us. And so I thought to share the same with you. This gives us a lesson that everything takes its own time, and I can say this with the help of a quote which says, धीरे धीरे रे मना धीरे ही सब होए माली सींचे 100 गड़ा रुत आवे फल होए. ठीक है. So the time of getting fruits was actually this. It took its time, no matter how much water you give to the plant, right? So you are doing your work, and that ultimately gave the flower during the season. So I have already given you most of the information about the plant, and we are very excited, and I will surely share with you the further updates about the inflorescence, that how it has grown, how many bananas came up, how many hands of banana came up. I will surely share with you about that in the next video. But if you like my video and you want that I share more videos like this, please do let me know about this in the comment box, and do subscribe my channel. Till then, bye. We will surely I'll surely come up with next such interesting video. Till then, bye bye.